Oof, it is hot up in here in San Diego. All right, guys, so this was originally gonna just be a standard what I eat in a week video to give you a glimpse of what an 80-20 animal-based or carnivore diet protocol would look like. And I don't even like to use protocol or diet. It feels very intuitive for me, but I did go through a period where I did the full-on carnivore diet, which allowed me to tap into my baseline. So now where I fast and then eat pretty much animal-based most days. However, I kind of made this video turn into a what I eat in a week video leading up to my period cycle and also while out and about and traveling. So you really get a mix of like what life is like, because I'm experiencing some discomfort, bloating usually on the days leading up to my period, and also different cravings and a little bit more of a need for carbs, and then also trying to navigate the way I eat when I'm eating out a lot and how that kind of food makes me feel. So here's just all of it raw, real. Even though I planned it a certain way, of course it ends up in a different way, and that's just what life is about. So enjoy. Hello, it is now Wednesday. It's the first day in a while that I haven't had to just wake up for something right away in the morning. And as I go through this wave of a little bit lower energy, burnout, and fatigue these few days, I was just like needing this morning so badly. I am pouring myself a little bit of cold brew now, and I got this cold brew concentrate at the Ecology Center yesterday. So when it's a concentrate, it basically means that you only pour a little bit and then you dilute the rest with like water, ice, and then I'm using this Strauss organic heavy whipping cream. When I can't get my hands on my raw cream from Claraval Farms in San Diego, or they sell in San Diego, they're based in Northern California, then this is my go-to. This is at like Whole Foods, Sprouts, Mother's Market. And what's nice is you give the bottle back and then you get an exchange of like a few dollars because there's the bottle recycling fee. So I like to take this route, and it's so creamy and it has been doing well with my system. No breakouts or no like feeling of inflammation, but it's so thick that you kind of just put a dash in there. As far as food today, I'm going to be triggering up the chicken or smoking it up in the Traeger, and I'm pretty excited about all the ingredients I'm going to use. In fact, I'm so excited that I might actually make a separate video just on the chicken experience for today, because I'm going to just do it up real good. But as far as my first meal, because the chicken will be later, it'll take a few hours to smoke up, I'm going to probably do another steak because I was able to grab a few of those bone-in ribeyes, and just so satiating. All right, it is about 11:30 a.m. This time is always odd if I'm trying to fast a little bit, but then I still want to work out before I have a full-on meal, especially if it's gonna be all meat. So I did say I was pretty much just gonna have steak and then the chicken, but right now I am having that grass-fed yogurt and then a peach from the Ecology Center that I was able to grab, and then also some raw honey, kind of solidified, but I'll be like mixing it all up. So the other thing I've been shifting with fasting is I used to be really particular about never breaking my fast with any carbs, but I've been just a lot more lenient, and although I'm feeling pretty thick and curvy, I am also just feeling the healthiest I've ever been. My boobs have actually been getting a lot bigger. I just feel like my skin's even better. I just feel like energetically there. So maintaining keto for as long as possible during the day is definitely great, but I've heard so many things back and forth, and I've also experimented with having carbs in the evening, which can definitely help with sleep. I found that it does for me too, especially when I'm training a lot. But then also when you're having carbs during the day, especially during the summer when you are burning through a lot more energy, and then the sun is epic, but it can also be a little bit fatiguing. So I'm just finding that I'm not being as rigid, and it's been really, really helpful. So I'm feeling good with this. I'm gonna work for about another hour or so, and then I'll head to the gym and get a killer workout in. But in general, today is a lot more easy flowing and steady. I'll check back in with you with how this is feeling, but I am very excited for steak and chicken. Okay, got back from the gym. I was starving when I came here. As you can see, I got the Traeger going, and then I also grilled up a ribeye. I just did this like while I was super hungry, so now I'm almost hungry and I'm ready to eat. And this is gonna be like primarily my protein and fat for the day, but then also the chicken later today. All right, guys, so I got to give you a little bit of a recap because it is now Thursday and I'm back in San Diego. Just got wrapped up with a meeting here in La Jolla on my way down from Orange County back to San Diego. But yesterday, it was just so hot, and I think the combination of it being so hot and then me approaching my period, just like, it's not even cravings. I felt like my body really needed this type of nourishment, but I just needed a brain break too from the fatigue. I ended up going to one of my favorite coffee shops in Newport Beach. They have a Tustin location as well, both in Orange County, called Keen Coffee. And I always get their brownie there. Their brownie is gluten-free, vegan, and keto. And honestly, the base, I think, is a little bit of chickpea, and then they probably have a lot of coconut oil and then cacao. But something about it is so nourishing. And I don't try to go out of my way to get something keto, but the fact that it is lower carb it keeps me from having a crash, whereas if I were to have any other kind of pastry, all of the sugars and the carbs would definitely give me a crash. So it just feels a lot cleaner than any other brownie. And then I did get a turmeric latte because I didn't want caffeine, but I really do like their turmeric latte, and I actually saved the rest for today and just put ice in it and was enjoying that on the road down here to San Diego. For dinner, I did do that whole entire smoking chicken process, and there's going to be a video on that separately, but I smoked the chicken in the Traeger. I made a delicious basil pesto, almost like a lemon basil tomato drip sauce for it, and put a little bit of garlic, put a little bit of yogurt, put a little bit of raw cheese, and it was delicious. Didn't sit well with me the best, to be honest. I just think like all of that herbiness and then the chicken itself is not like my favorite thing, and I did eat that big ribeye, so I wasn't starving or anything, but I felt pretty complete after that. But I have this nectarine from the Ecology Center that I'm going to chow down. It's 2:30. There's probably going to be traffic on my way back to North Park, so that's near downtown because I'm in La Jolla right now. So until then, I'll be having this, and then I definitely want some meat in my belly, but I'm still creating more hormonal balance, so I'm not 100% on point with my period cycle, but I am definitely approaching my period. Today is also the full moon, so my appetite really fluctuates, and I just end up feeling really bloated, so sometimes that confuses my signals of if I'm actually hungry as I approach my period. So I will catch you up on all of that, and then for now, I'm gonna have this delicious nectarine, which is also my favorite food. Okay, I took a quick shower. I'm already sweating again. So I'm doing something a little bit different. I have like 2 more ribeyes left, but I'm cutting one up because I can't have the whole thing because I'm about to teach a yoga class and it's hot, so it's just gonna give me the meat sweats right now. So I'm having a little bit of it and not having too much of the fat part because I just want like a lot of the protein to keep me fueled, and then I'll have maybe a bigger dinner if I'm feeling up to it. Okay, so as you can see, there's like a big fatty part, that's the bone-in, and then this is how much I cut up. So most of it, but all of that definitely makes a difference. So I feel like the full ribeye always looks pretty, but then when I cut it up into pieces like this, it's just nice to individually sear them perfectly, and they cook pretty fast, but it'll still be kind of rare on the inside. I'm really adding in is Redmond real salt. And then to wrap up my very late brunch, it's almost 4 p.m. I'm having 2 pieces of this. I was just gifted this, got it at a grocery store. I usually don't keep chocolate on me anymore, which is crazy because I used to always keep chocolate on me. So had little 2 pieces of this. Thursday dinner, ground beef patties, melted Rumiano cheese, bone marrow, and an egg sunny side up, and Redmond real salt. Feels good to be back in San Diego after like a week. I am in East Village. I actually just stopped by the Tap Shack to fill up the good stuff. Cold brew on tap, baby. That's how we do it when you just need quick efficiency and you want to support your local peeps and you want really good stuff. It is very rare when I'm out and about getting errands. I don't run errands usually, but I haven't been home in a minute. And for my dinner party tonight, I picked up some exquisite cheese. and some other great things for my fam. I'm excited. It's 1 p.m. I'm hungry already, but Duke and I are here. We'll get some pull-ups in, a quick workout. I love this park in North Park because it's an off-leash dog park that has a workout area. So we're headed to the pull-up bars, getting a workout in, and then we're gonna get a big steak up in these. Where are we going? Do you know this place? You know this place? All right, it is now Friday. Happy Friday. If it's a Friday while you're tuning into this, extra happy Friday. I'm gonna catch you up on the day. So today in the morning, I actually filled up my growler with cold brew back in San Diego. And then I broke fast around 2 p.m. I did have cold brew in the morning, but I broke my actual fast with 2 medjool dates and a little bit of goat cheese while I was cooking up my last bone-in ribeye that I'd gotten a few days ago back in Orange County, and it was delicious and juicy, and I got to eat it outside even though it was super hot, and it was delicious. I was just kind of like sitting, taking in the sun, just like eating every bite and enjoying the juiciness of every bite. That is like one of my favorite things to do by myself. Oh, and just a little bit of an update. I haven't got my period yet. Yesterday was the full moon, but I did have a few pieces of that Ghee dark chocolate with a little bit of honeycomb, and it was fire. That's probably like my favorite so far now. The salty dark chocolate Ghee brand with a little bit of honey. So for tonight, I'm actually hosting a dinner party at my place in North Park, which is kind of crazy because I'm moving out of this place. So it's gonna be my last big hurrah and get together here. Keeping it really simple, we're gonna grill up some burgers and then also do like a wine pairing and tasting. So I'll grab some clips and include those for you. Hey guys, it is the day after the dinner party. I basically grilled up a ton of grass-fed finished beef patties from the ranch, and then I melted some delicious pasture cheddar on top, and then there was homemade sourdough option, which was freaking delicious. And then I just got butter, lettuce, and tomatoes for whoever wanted some. I did have a handful of my friends ask me if I have any condiments, and I don't even remember what it's like to have ketchup or mustard or any of that stuff in the house. But luckily the carnivore-ish friends and majority of people were super open to it, and just the melted cheese on top of the meat alone was so good. I made all of the patties pretty much medium rare, and that does give like a really nice complexity. You can actually like really taste the meat, so it's super delicious. It's really about bringing an entire farm to table experience for people, so bringing us as close to the food source as possible. So that's how I try to source everything. My last meal of this video, what I eat in a week, was a pretty much just a patty with melted cheese, so super basic. And then today, middle of the day, I did get my period, so was just feeling different types of bloating, different types of sensation leading up to this day, and still feel a little bit bloated. Usually after the second day of my period, I feel a major release, including decrease of bloating and congestion. But right now I do have lower back pain and my bleed is coming up strong. So there you have it. That's really just like what life is about and how to navigate all of it. And I still had fun and I still felt good for majority of it. So if you have any questions, I'm always here. Drop them in the comment section below. My name is Sucha, and I'm so excited to have you on here.